elective dairy in my diary. I'm from a lactose intolerance community. I want to circulate the units in the unity. The continuity of opportunity for stacking bands. Opportunity to stack the figures with your family. I can show you how to get the figures in advance. I don't see nobody else but us giving a damn. So let me know what you wanna do. If you wanna build, I'm Bobby. If not, sucker, kick it in the lobby.
It's week 17 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see DK Metcalf. He's been a quarterback's best friend, nearly 1,300 yards receiving on the year. It's the Seahawks and the Chargers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Herbert to throw right away. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
It's taken to the 26. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert on first down now. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. The numbers a week ago for Everett. 6 catches, 64 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett.
Missed.
This will not go down. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you'll get the right angle on a big tight end like him.
Oh, he sheds himself free. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Herbert off of play action. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Meanwhile, Herbert's this throw taken in by Johnston. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 14. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll find Everett there, complete. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. To the air again, Herbert. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Calling a gain of a yard. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Herbert on 3rd down now. And the incompletion there, so that breaks a string of 5 straight hookups. It also leads to a 4th down.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's got it to about the 40. The numbers for Walker last week. 16 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. A give for Walker running right. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I'd have to say that's a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got conservative.
Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Hold it ready. Past the 60. Past the 60.
Back to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Walker. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he will take this one in for a Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Chargers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Herbert. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Ready, go.
On second down, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. They throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. The Seahawks at 7 and 8 now on the year, and they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. He'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On the set.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he will score! Touchdown, Seattle! Ken Walker, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And he The way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Right side, he has Johnston. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Herbert. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Brooks in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken at the 23. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
2nd and 6.
They're going to look to throw. Left side, he finds Smith-Njigba. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man covers, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people out.
Come on. Hey.
They go play action here on 1st down. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd and 11. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Henry. So 8 yards on the completion there, and now it's 3rd and 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Ready.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half.
Ready.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Now back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown! Jackson Smith-Njigba. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
On second down, here's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports Halftime Report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And they can't bring him down. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
From the 23, here's a 2nd and 5.
That is incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Ready.
They'll set up a throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
On the give, here's Charbonnet.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Cup 19, cut it.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
Start offense.
This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
On third down, here's Strong.
Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. So the completion gets them just a yard, and it'll be second down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Back to throw here, Herbert. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
Finding space at the 40.
It still won't go down. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Again, Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Herbert's throw pulled in there by Johnston.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So 5 plays on this drive. Passes, all completions, and just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
There's that man again. It's complete.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
One more time with Swift.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about
certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They snap it to Herbert. Escaping the... And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. Some concern out there right now as we got an injury stoppage. It's DK Metcalf who's getting some help following that last play. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Finding Henry here on a crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Three quarters have come and gone. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. They held him in check in the 1st half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the 1st half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 1st and 10, Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 50, here's Herbert. His throw incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4.
Go.
Herbert throwing again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with a football. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this defense will take over right at midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Strong. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Go, check. Go, check.
To the right side, this is Walker. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 46 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll set up to throw. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
An audible here to get a new look. He'll look to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go.
Herbert going to throw. That's caught by Palmer. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. They'll find Everett there, complete.
They put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Here's 2nd down. Now Herbert. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. No tougher place to be in a spot like this than Seattle. Here's 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. That is caught. And he'll be brought down at the 27. They need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute. 1st and 10. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Finds Strong on the check down.
Come on.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. On play action, they'll throw.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
This is fielded inside the 5.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And then on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a
Stop, here we go, bucket off the pick and roll. Gotta go, we don't move it scary. Last time I shed a tear.